Well, this past Sunday, the Holy Trinity Church in Springfield celebrated their patronal feast day in conjunction with the Christian holy day of Pentecost. Now, YCN caught up with their pastor, Father Peter Carmichael, after the celebration to tell us about this feast. He also did note that this feast is the beginning of a gathering of all the Eastern Orthodox churches in the world on the island of Crete, which has not happened in over 1,300 years.
The name of our parish is Holy Trinity Church. Every parish gets a patron saint's name, or in our case, it's named after the Holy Trinity. So this is our parish feast day. It's our annual feast. And on this day, we not only celebrate it, but we invite our local sister parish across the river in Claremont to join us. And we've had this tradition for probably 30 years at least, as long as people can remember, of coming together and having the liturgy together and then having a meal. Pentecost is the day in which the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God, descended upon the believers of Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit empowered them to go out into the world and to spread the news of the resurrected Christ. So in a sense, it's kind of the almost birth of the church, and it was on that day that the people in Jerusalem, no matter what language they spoke, they heard the gospel news in their own language. And then the apostles and all the disciples went out into the neighboring area and eventually to Rome and around the world. So today on the island of Crete in the nation of Greece, Orthodox bishops from around the world are gathering in a council. This council has been planned for roughly 50, 60 years, and it is representative of the 14 self-governing Orthodox churches. The Orthodox Church is organized differently than, say, the Roman Catholic Church, which developed their structure later than the early church. But in the early church, churches were really organized locally, beginning at the local assembly, and then led by a bishop who usually oversaw a certain area, usually several churches. And so that bishop, and in ancient times, continuing today, always gathers with other brother bishops. In this case, what is happening today is we have 14 self-governing churches that are gathering on the island of Greece for a week. And they're doing this on Pentecost because that is the day that sort of began the church, the day that the Holy Spirit descended upon the disciples. And so they are using this as the occasion to begin this get-together, and they will be together for a week to discuss various topics. I believe there are 5 major topics to be discussed, some on marriage, fasting rules, on how churches are to be sort of self-governed and their relationship with one another, to sort of resolve certain issues and to speak to the modern world about issues that are important. Sometimes in the press it will be said that this is kind of a Vatican II. That's sort of a misnomer for 2 reasons. One is that the notions of Vatican II are not really what they were in the popular mind, because Vatican II was actually a continuation of many councils that Rome had in the past several centuries. But this is just important in the sense that it is a gathering and probably, we hope, a beginning of more get-togethers of bishops throughout the world.
Now, Father Peter told YCN that the Great Council in Crete is made possible because of the freedom brought about by the demise of communism that had separated many of the Orthodox churches for most of the 20th century. Now, locally, there are 2 welcoming communities, Holy Trinity in Springfield and Holy Resurrection in Claremont, that are members of the Orthodox Church in America and celebrate all their services in English. If your church has a special day or celebration, let YCN know and we'll try to cover it if that's what you'd want.